And as I say, my lord, I really don't want to enter into a debate where we, we cast aspersions at each other, but I give my word to the court. I did personally.
Personally,
yes,
last year?
Yes.
Not Thursday, not Thursday.
None. Well, Thursday, as I say, just out of courtesy, we know that
other copies.
It's a long time ago, and I again gave them this affidavit. And Mr. Mnisi said on Wednesday he's ready.
He's ready to proceed.
He said he must postpone the case to today and not to Monday because he's ready. Now he's ready. He's saying, but he didn't have enough time to go through the affidavit.
As it is the court, it's not a matter of trying to cast some aspersions. It's a matter of procedure. It is true that on Wednesday I indicated that we'll be ready to proceed today, but I was not aware that we'll be confronted with information that we should have received already last year.
Okay, fine. So
and I can tell the court, that if my memory is not bad, I never received this record, and I cannot stand up here and mislead the court and say I did not have this information when I actually received them. Maybe my colleagues received them. I'm speaking on behalf of myself, who's representing accused number 3. I never received this information.
Sorry, Mr. Did you give it to each and every of
yes.
each and everyone?
Yes,
representative.
In fact, on that day, the investigating officer personally brought it in the morning. We made copies, and we then brought the copies along. And she sits here, and she can vouch to that, my lord.
Is that the Sergeant
Mohola? She was in South Africa. Looks like she's not out.
And she's not here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You say
she brought it to me, yes.
But did she see you when you gave them to each and every one of them?
I cannot remember if she was present, but...
You know what my problem is? I've got 2 officers of the court, or 5, 6, 7, 20. They're giving this court 2 different versions. And we want to dignify by saying, we never got this. It means Baloyi is lying.
So here's the background story in case you never watched it happening live. So this courtroom chaos occurred because Advocate Baloyi was about to start questioning his witness, and he was going on and on and on. Oh my goodness, he was taking forever just to get started. But he brought to the court that there's 2 affidavits from the witness. One is 27 pages long and the other one is about 22 pages long. And these were received last year in September. One was, I think, middle of September, and then the other one was October 9th. So then Mnisi stands up to object and says, wait a minute. You can't be bringing these documents to us now, to our attention now. I never received them. And Baloyi stands up and goes, oh my goodness, there is no way. I personally gave these out to everybody. I gave these to everybody in last year. I gave it to everybody last year. Advocate Mnisi stands up and says, I don't know what you're talking about. I said what I said. I never received this. And I'm only talking for myself. I never received it. And, it went back and forth, and we'll continue playing it here. And as you heard Judge Ratha saying, well, with this back and forth going on, it means that one of you is lying. Okay? That's what we're just going to call it. And I'm like, oh, you were doing so well. You started with an apology. It's like he has foot in mouth syndrome, and he just says what he feels at the moment. So, so one of them is lying. Okay, because then when we continue on, I'll play the rest of the video here. When we continue on, Advocate Ramasipili says he did receive 1. And then Advocate Ngomalo says he did receive 1 of these affidavits. So did Baloyi give them 2? Nobody stood up and said, I received 2. 2 witnesses from the defense team are standing up and saying, hey, I received 2. So which is it? Why is there so much chaos? Why isn't there a better process to handing out these documents and receiving confirmation? Is there not a better way? I want to think there's a better way. There's got to be a better way that involves stamps and signatures, signature of receipt, I don't know, emails with dates, anything other than I walked into court and I handed it to you guys, and then we made copies and I handed it to you guys. So I don't know what these guys are talking about, but I'm not lying. I'm giving the court my word, says Baloyi. What your comments down below? Let me know. But let's continue to listen to the rest. And please remember to like this video. Guys, if I haven't got to your comment, I'm really sorry. There's been a whole lot of comments and I absolutely enjoy reading them. I'm going to spotlight this one right here. This case will reach its finality. The shouting and playing to the gallery is unfortunate, but at the end, it shall be said, all will be reserved for arguments. What does that mean? I can see where we're going. Defeat is certain, but we'll say, I tried but failed. Says one viewer in the comment section. And another commenter had this to say, Judge wants the case to move fast to get to the bottom of who killed Senzo. Defense must stop delaying tactics. Senzo's family wants answers. But is this a delaying tactic? Is the judge showing that he wants this case to move fast? Because he allowed, no matter how many times the defense objected, he allowed Baloyi to go on and on and on and read references from the law at the beginning of the introduction of today's witnesses' affidavits, which was, in my opinion, highly unnecessary. Your thoughts in the comment section below. Is the defense playing delay tactic? Was Mnisi unprepared for today's session, even though he single-handedly wanted to continue working on this long weekend? So Mzansi, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts, but let's continue and hear the rest of the defense team, how it goes. And in my earlier videos, there were a couple of comments that came up saying that, the defense team is a whole bunch of snakes under the grass. Your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let's continue.
If Baloyi tells this court that he gave you all this affidavit, and you say he never did, it means he is lying. It must be so. What's the problem, sir?
My Lord, if I might clarify, without throwing Mr. Baloyi and Advocate Mnisi under the bus, I personally might not received the one affidavit, not the second affidavit, as Mr. Baloyi says last year.
Last year?
Yes.
So he favors you, he just gives you alone.
That's why I say I'm not sure about
and then
other
I see you're standing up, so you?
Yes, I did receive the big
Last
one.
year?
Yes, I did.
Please, just continue with the slide. Mr. Mnisi, if you want time to read these two affidavits, tell this court how many months or years you need, so that we postpone, especially for you, because you say you never received them until Thursday. So, Mr. Ramasipi, you said you received them last year.
Only one, my Lord.
Fine. Mr. Numalo, now you received it last year.
I did receive it last year.
You wouldn't know, Mr. Minyeke. Is that so?
I don't know.
So you want us to postpone for you, sir?
I'm not suggesting any postponement.
No, you say you haven't had time, in other words, to prepare.
No, those are not my words, my Lord. I am saying that on account of the fact that these documents were already deposed to last year in
But he
October.
has explained, Mr.
Yes.
Mnisi. He gave them to you last year. He has explained. What more must he say?
But I am telling the court as well, my Lord, in as much as Mr. Baloyi.
So you never received them last year?
No, I never received
Fine.
the document. Because if I received them, I would have consulted with
how
Mr.
much time do you
Mnisi on
need?
them.
How much time do you need to read them and prepare? How much time?
My Lord, I'm going to come up with a panacea, which is a universal solution. I don't want to waste this court's time. His witness may proceed to testify, and if there are issues that I think I need to take up with them as they would be affecting Mr. Mube, then I will approach the court with the amount of time that I may need to go and consult.
Didn't you guys have a pre-trial conference?
No.
Mr.
Well, there was a pre-trial conference in Palm Ridge, my Lord, where the matter initially appeared, but none of these defense counsel were present then. Yeah, there was a different set of legal representatives at the time. We would recall that they only came into the picture after the matter started,
Okay, fine. All right, so Mr. Mnisi, you say this witness can proceed. If there's any issue you want to canvass, you do so.
Most definitely.
Okay, fine. Okay, let's go on. And even you, Mr. Ramsepi and Mr. Mgomenzo, should this witness continue giving evidence?
That's correct.
Minyeke?
That's correct.
No
That's
matter.
correct, my Lord.
Hey, madam. Yes, sir.
Mr. Mato, where do you work?